Hello, buddy.
Sometimes a single embrace is enough to bridge every distance.
Hair, my arm.
Join Tail Talk as we step into heartwarming reunions between humans and animals.
The hair helps you, like.
Hey, John.
Oh, look who it is! Look who it is! He got so excited! Go get Duds! Go get Duds! Oh, he perked up. He was taking a nap.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's awful out there.
It's really, really bad.
Oh, there. That'll
That's
warm
all
you
bad.
up. Oh, welcome home, Duds.
Thank you. Best greeter ever.
Oh.
Dawn, one of 6 foxes at Nuneaton and Warwickshire Wildlife Sanctuary, was domesticated and can't return to the wild. Watch how she cuddles up like a puppy when reunited with a familiar face.
Híjole.
Only 2 days away, and Benny already has a lifetime of stories to tell his owner. Tofu, Mercedes' beloved cockatoo, was snatched from her home on September 7th, 2024. Beyond being friendly, Tofu is a rare parrot valued at approximately $2,500, making him a prime target for thieves. Fortunately, thanks to the support of the parrot-loving community, after 10 days of searching, Tofu was returned to Mercedes like a miracle. During her long hospital stay for injury treatment, Cece was unable to see her beloved horse. I truly believe at this second, she must feel like the luckiest person on Earth. The way this swan expresses her longing is so graceful and feminine. Drop a like if you feel the same. While diving daily, Julia often sees a pod of dolphins swimming around her. But this time, a single dolphin approached her closely and danced playfully by her side. After being gone for nearly a month, Shandor is reunited with his giraffe. Judging by that gaze and those gestures, what do you think our tall buddy is trying to say? Where were you? I've been waiting all day just to see you. In that reunion moment, you can truly see the deep bond they share, not just in spirit, but even in their matching outfits.
Yeah. Oh, you're all man. Come here.
Back from maternity leave, Kelly was overjoyed when Sadio the walrus still knew her, listening to her as if they had seen each other yesterday.
He didn't even really know what to do there.
Fresh off a 2-month business trip, Oleg headed straight back to revisit a pride of lions. In that embrace, there was not only happiness, but also the relief of finding each other safe and sound after so long.
Oh, stand up, baby. Stand up. Here, let's take her. Maybe she'll want to be more friends.
Oh my God, can you guys get a picture of her?
Yeah, that's probably.
Can you guys get a picture of that woman?
She had it. It's not.
From a cautious distance to a close hug is an entire journey of trust in itself.
You're gonna say hi?
Meeting his best friend again, the elephant gently adjusted his hair as a heartfelt greeting. For our shark, a few seconds of affection from his person was enough to soothe the longing after 2 weeks apart. Coming home after 8 weeks of studying away, Abigail couldn't hide her smile at the energetic welcome from her beloved pup, Archie. Your penalty for disappearing for 3 days without a reason is to be showered with all our kisses.
Ну хоть тут! Ну хоть ты, щитко! Ну хоть! Ну хоть, жабо! Хоть до мамы! Come on! Come on, yes! О, мой, отлично! О, мой, отлично!
Archie.
My eyes may not be able to see your face, Mom, but I would never mistake your voice for anyone else's.
In 2012, motocross racer Joanne Lescours suffered a severe accident while competing which left him unable to walk. Through those lonely times, Duma, the cheetah Joanne had raised since birth, never left his side. Once his treatment was over, what Joanne yearned for most was to return to his close companion. No matter how stressful work gets, Wendy finds her peace in knowing Sweet Pea is at home, waiting faithfully for her.
Yes!
15 months apart and 2,000 kilometers away. But for Hugo the horse, that was still not enough to fade his memories of Kirsty.
Look at this. Oh. It's bad. Thanks, Dan. Yeah? That was pleasant.
¿Llega así con los animales? No. El hombre salvó un lobito que venía amarrado así.
Several years ago, this local man removed a tangled piece of plastic from a sea lion's neck. The animal never forgot. It comes to the beach every day and regularly interacts with him.
Vamos a hacer a nosotros. Ni cagándolo, güey, lo ponemos para casa.
Me love her nose.
You do?
Me love her nose grains.
Her nose grain?
Uh-huh. I got her from nose grain.
As soon as Joy saw her familiar keeper after a 3-day sick leave, she couldn't hide her excitement. She was clingy and pulled him into their usual sand bath session.
No, don't attack.
That is the morning greeting the Lion Pride gives Richard every single day.
This is Collie, and she is loving a beautiful chest.
The moment a wild animal lowers its guard is always something extraordinary.
She's loving that.
I'm not entirely sure, but I guess Casey the dog is trying to tell Caroline, "Don't leave me for so long again, Mommy. I've missed you so much."
Oh, God, come here. Oh, come here.
Okay, so, he is like...
Once an orphan fawn, saved by Dawn and released back into the forest at 1 year old, Thor still revisits her every now and then. And it's always the same. When she steps closer, the deer showers his savior with a million warm kisses.
Push him away and then he comes right back at me, so...
6 months ago, Rachel happened to rescue a dolphin that was trapped in coral reefs. Back in Hawaii, she was stunned to see the dolphin again, as if it had been waiting to show its gratitude.
Hi. You alright? Hi, honey. Hi. Hi. Yeah? Yeah.
A year ago, Freya had to say goodbye to her lion, Zemo, to release him back into the wild in Africa. Having raised Zemo and shared every moment of his life, saying goodbye was never going to be easy for Freya. Freya paid a visit to the big cat a few months later, and as you can see, the lion recognized her instantly. Fergus the dog was thrown from the car during an accident and went missing afterward. The incident went viral across the US, leading over 1,400 people to join forces in a search campaign to find him. Nature may have made our cheetah strong, but human affection has successfully tamed his heart. Their unique morning tradition consists of holding each other in a warm hug for 5 whole minutes.
You got a friend.
As soon as those notes filled the air, the distance faded away, leaving only a bond and the soothing of a longing between the rhino and the man.
Nice one bed.
When language stops working, the body takes over and gets the message across anyway. In your opinion, was that swan's reaction a gentle reproach or a sweet melody for her cherished pal? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section down below. In a harsh and unforgiving nature, this level of trust is truly rare and precious. Recognizing that deeply familiar voice, Muffin the cow couldn't contain her feelings. She bolted toward her owner, who had been away on a month-long business trip. If you find yourself smiling at this point, your soul has felt something that words cannot express. He's the only human that the wolf ever lets near. Even after all this time, it still lights up the moment it sees the man who saved it from starving.
What the heck? I love you.
Everyone thought Miha might have forgotten him, but even after 10 years, she recognized him right away. In 2015, Chad rescued a tiny lion cub named Miha after she was left behind by her pride. He raised her like his own child.
Ohana, who came home?
This little monkey isn't just a pet. He is family. Whenever Grandma comes to visit, he gives her the biggest hugs, like he's been waiting all year for that moment. When Judy the deer was pregnant and struggling to find food, she found help from Ted's family. Now, every time she returns with her 2 babies, it feels like a sweet thank you from the wild.
Oh, you a sweet girl. Yeah.
And for Kira and Kumo, no words are needed. Their hugs and kisses say it all to Max.
You ready, Ollie?
Grandma Joanne once became a mother to an orphaned kangaroo, raising him with all the love of a mother. Later, she had to send him to a wildlife sanctuary. When they reunited, the kangaroo jumped into her arms, hugging her tightly. Every time Jim goes diving, he has a date with Emma, the shark whose fin he once healed. When Bombi was just a baby zebra, her mother was killed by a lion. Peter took her in and raised her with care. Even after returning to the wild, Bombi still comes back every month to give Peter a warm hug. Her way of saying thank you. For Tobias, quarantine wasn't just a rule. It was a stretch of unbearable loneliness. But the moment he reunited with his 2 dads, all that longing turned into pure, overflowing joy. In its hunger, Rocket sneaked into a house searching for food and got caught. Henry helped it, then sent it to a wildlife sanctuary where it could live freely. Each time they meet again, the raccoon clings to his leg. All Twinkie the baby bird needed after a long day away from its mom was a tiny kiss. Lindsay said she had come home early because her friend Maggie missed her too much. She didn't mention Maggie is a massive crocodile.
Good boy. Good boy.
The first time Abby met Dolph, she was struggling to find food while pregnant and fighting to survive. Now, Abby can finally relax knowing her babies are safe with someone who will love them unconditionally.
Hello, my big buddy. All right, it's my first time seeing Abby's cubs. That's too much stuff. That's too much.
Look at you, buddy.
Bye.
The best gift for Riri after 3 months apart? A full body massage, which is his absolute favorite. Watching Malkia, the lion cub, lie still with her eyes half closed while Mother Adele grooms her, everybody can feel how deeply she has missed her mom over the past 2 weeks. For this little lion, 8 hours without his dad was more than enough to turn their reunion into a cuddle party.
Getting pretty heavy.
Nothing compares to the joy of being greeted by your loyal friend after 8 long years away from home. Ming finally knows that feeling.
Gummy? Grandma's here!
For Gomi the parrot, seeing Dr. Mia again, the one who once saved his life, was the happiest part of his checkup day. How do you even get a wombat to love you like this? I bet you're wondering the same thing. This is Waddle, a wombat that was rescued by Nancy and her husband after being attacked by a wild dog. Thanks to their love and care, Waddle recovered quickly. Even after being released back into the wild, Waddle still visits them sometimes.
What? Mom wasn't up the back with you any longer.
You'd think 2 years apart would make him forget, but the wolf Aquila recognized Mr. Joseph in an instant. Now he's showering him with all the kisses he couldn't give during those years apart. Mom! Come home early, and don't forget the apples! Ever wonder why this raven is so close to Mina? 3 years ago, while Mina was hiking, a raven named Ignis followed her everywhere, weak, hungry, and in need of help. Now, they're inseparable. Ignis greets her with warm hugs every time they meet, as if to say, "Thank you for saving me." After 2 years apart, just one call from Kirill was enough for Poe to recognize his old friend. Sadly, Poe now lives only in memory. Rest in peace, sweet bear. When an invasive lionfish began destroying the reef, this brave grouper led scientists straight to the scene, asking for help in its own way. And now, every time they meet again, it still nuzzles them gently, a small gesture of gratitude.
Holy moly.
This reunion reminds us that true love always finds its way home. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more heartwarming stories ahead. Every tale, every tale.